Guys, and welcome back. Here we are, man, middle of another week, man, and today's video a little bit unique. Hoping that I can wrap it up nice and concisely. If you guys have already seen the title, How to Begin, right? And this is, again, wrapped in the idea of how to begin weight loss, but I really think that it can be applied to how to begin anything that you're interested in succeeding in, right? So the idea here is, how do you get your head in the game, right? I've said this from the very, very beginning. Weight loss, everything you do, you cannot be successful unless you're fully engaged mentally, right? So there's a lot to be said about the old adage that you have to be able to visualize something before you can obtain it, right? So if you don't believe that you can do something, then you're correct. Right? I mean, you're not gonna be able to do it, right? So this idea of how do you get to that mental space where you can truly, honestly believe that you can attain something? Well, it's not just something that you just start visualizing and then all of a sudden you're there. For me, it was a process, and I think it's probably a process for most people. But the idea is you've got to start somewhere, right? And I think one of the best ways to do that, when we look at it just logically, kind of how these things happen, is the model of gap analysis, right? And for those of you that have gone to business school or anything like that, you'll know what that means. But essentially, it's a pretty easy concept, right? Gap analysis is to take where you are now. So take stock of where you're at, where your life is, what you're trying to do, right? Where you are now. So with weight loss, right? That's like calculating your TDEE, figuring out, how much you currently weigh, what your BMI is, and those types of things, and trying to get a full picture of what your current obesity looks like, right? And then trying to figure out where you want to be, right? The ultimate goal that you want to be at, right? In this case, for me, it was me finding out I was 412 pounds. My TDEE was about 3,500, 3,600 calories, and my BMI was out of control, man.
Oh my God, you've gotten fat.
And I knew I wanted to be in the low 200s, right? So that's kind of what that looked like, right? Where I'm at, where I wanted to go. The gap analysis is, how do you get there? What are the steps? How do you analyze this problem of where you are to where you want to be, and then create something actionable to get there, right? Now that took 8 months for me, man, right? A lot of it had to do with meditation. A lot of it had to do with trying to figure out the person I was, and who I ultimately wanted to be. And it took a long time, man. It takes a very long time to create an actionable set of steps that you can proceed along in order to ensure reasonable success, right? And that's took the form of videos, that took the form of everything that is currently here on this channel, right? The investments financially in the equipment, as well as just the promises being made and the fact that I needed to keep those. I knew that would help lead me to success. And I think just from a wrapper of weight loss, that a lot of people can do this type of thing, right? Just sit down, take stock of where they're at, where they want to go, and find themselves, right? Take the time in your life to find out who you are, right? Be honest with yourself, and this meditation is unreal, man. It really works wonders from the gap analysis standpoint, being able to break something down logically and figure out a path forward, right? That, I think, goes a long way into getting your head in the game, right? Because once you start breaking it down, right? Once I started to realize that if I created some form of extreme accountability, something I had to answer to, right? And then I understood that I could take my TDEE and I could subtract a certain amount of calories from it, and I could start with things just simple as calories in, calories out, right? I didn't have to make wholesale changes all at one time. These steps that I broke it down into seemed more and more doable. And as those steps seemed more and more doable in my head, the easier it was for me to envision myself skinnier, right? The easier it was for me to envision myself at a good, healthy weight. And when you can do that, when you can buy into that, right? Now your head's in the game, right? And all of you guys have heard me say this before. You cannot do this until you're ready, right? And you won't know you're ready until you know you're ready. And that sounds dumb, but it is absolutely true. And this is how you know you're ready, right? When you've done the things necessary to analyze your situation, right? And rationalize it to yourself in such a way that allows you to legitimately think about what it will take to get there and be completely on board with it, right? That's the whole idea, right? Visualize and then get there, right? It sounds dumb when you say it all at one time like that, but when you break it down into the steps necessary, I think that it provides a good scaffolding, not just for weight loss, right, but for really anything. I mean, it works for anything, right? You want that promotion, right? Well, you know where you're at now and you want the promotion, right? How do you get that promotion, right? What can you do? Those things that you can do in order to show your worth to your manager or to your company or whoever you need to impress in order to get that promotion. It's the same type of thing, right? You just have to believe you can get there, right? You're not going to be the CEO unless you believe that you have the qualities necessary to be the CEO. And if you don't currently have those qualities, right, then you need to figure out what those qualities are and then figure out a way to obtain them, right? Again, gap analysis, man. It all goes back to this idea of tiny steps over time get you to where you want to be. There is no way to truly jump over anything. I mean, it's just not going to happen, right? And that's why a lot of us who have been, especially with weight loss, involved in this yo-yo type of dieting, a lot of it's because we try to jump straight ahead. We try to jump past things into ultra restrictive diets or into crazy workout routines from zero, right? And you can't do that, man. It's the same reason that a car can't go from 0 to 60 in 0.1 seconds. It can't do that because the engine's going to blow up, right? Now, some cars can get there faster than the others. Some people can get to the goal faster than others. But we can all get there, and that is ultimately what matters. Not how fast you get there, but getting there. And this is how you begin that process, man. Hopefully, this has helped some of you guys. I really look forward to hearing back from you on this video in particular, because it is a little bit harder to explain the process of getting into a routine mentally than it is in like my last video, which was exercise for weight loss. That's pretty damn easy, concrete to explain. Anyway, guys, that's it for today, man. Like and subscribe. Leave me some comments, man. Let me know what's going on with you guys. And as always, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you later.